Hello everyone. Another camera control for AI video today called Wan 2.1 Fun version 1.1 control camera. We have different camera angles, rotation, camera panning. This model are able to control not only one but with multiple camera motions within the same video generation here. As you have seen in my demos here, we have something like camera panning left and then tilting up the camera view. Also, there's a futuristic robot with zooming in and zooming out. And as well as we have the model doing a full photography like look for photos or images, and then we do different camera panning, zooming in and out using those angles as well in the camera motions, and this is what it looks like so far. Previously we have tried out the Recam Master, but then in the Recam Master, there are some limitations on how it can render, but their quality is good. But this time, this extension of camera motions for image to video is, I can say, doing a little bit better because we have multiple camera motions within one video. Also, this is from Alibaba PAL, which, as we have seen, has a lot of Wan 2.1 AI videos, additional modifications, or any other add-on features of the Wan 2.1 models available in Alibaba PAL. So this one is the control camera, which is basically how you use camera control for your AI video, just like Recam Master for different camera panning. But the difference with this one is that Recam Master does camera motion for your existing videos, so that will be based on input videos. But for this one, it will be more for image to video creation and adding camera motions to enhance the dynamics of the angles. Also, as you can see, we are able to combine more than one camera motion within one video generation. We are going to have the 1.3 billion parameter model and also the other one, which has a higher parameter size, the 14 billion parameter model. The 14B, of course, is going to cost a lot more file storage. It is 33 gigabytes of file storage, and the 1.3B is 3.23, so almost 4 gigabytes of file storage for the 1.3B. So I will be trying the demo in this video using the 1.3B, so at least you know we are doing the most minimalist, lightweight model of this control camera, and that will be capable of running on most consumer PCs as well. Also, you can try out the 14B. There's a trimmed-down 14B camera control model in the KJ1 Videos repositories converted to FP8 for the 14B control camera model. 17 gigabytes, so almost 18 gigabytes file size here. You can try that out as well if you prefer. And of course, we are going to use the Wan Videos wrapper to run this. So remember to update your video wrapper before you continue with anything. So once you download the AI models for the control camera, you will locate the AI models in your ComfyUI. So we are going to put those AI model files in the ComfyUI models folder. Underneath the models folder, we put them in the diffusion models subfolder. And right here, I have the Wan 2.1 that I created for the folder for better organization of my stuff. So I renamed it to Alibaba PAL Wan 2.1 Fun. This is V1.1, so it's a version 1.1 series for Alibaba PAL Wan 2.1 AI models that they created. And this is the control camera safe tensor file. So I have this one downloaded originally from the Alibaba PAL Hugging Face repository. The Diffusion PyTorch model safe tensor file is the one that I'm downloading, and I just renamed that to something easier to recognize for myself in ComfyUI here. And the Wan 2.1, one thing to mention is that the Fun series has the new 1.1 series right here. So previously, we checked out the Wan 2.1 Fun Control and InPaint. Those are the previous series. And then the first .1 series here is newer. Maybe there are some enhancements, etc. But the control camera model is something they newly released in this version 1.1 batch of updates. Control and InPaint are also available in the 1.1 series as well. And maybe we can try those out later. So after you download the models, you can try them out in this example workflow. And I have just laid things out to suit my working preferences for the layout. The example workflow is also included in the Wan Videos wrapper. Once you download the Wan Video wrapper, you can go inside the subfolder that has the example workflows. So moving on to the model loader here, as you can see, I have selected the control camera safe tensor file, where you can just use that as the model file as usual. And the other settings here, torch and then sage attention, Whether you use it or not, if you have installed it, then its use is optional. If you don't have that installed, then you'd better fix it if you really want to use it. And then the VAE, both text encoder and VAE loader, are used as usual. For Wan 2.1, something is different. The Wan video's image-to-video encode. This time we have the latest update from the WAN Videos wrapper. There are more options for image-to-video, as you can see. Start image, end image, control embed, temporal mask, extra latent, etc. Here, we are going to use the control embed, which is going to allow us to control how these styles of camera motion work in our image-to-video processing. So, when you move it to the right side here, I have put the camera control. Now, this is from the good old Anime Diff custom nodes, and this works really well for different motion types. You've got the speed of the motion as well. I think a lot of people have already used that before since Anime Diff was released a long time ago. And this is the good OG of the ComfyUI animations custom nodes. So back to the speed, you can set it up like 0.5, it will go faster, you know. And then you can adjust those numbers up and down as well. But by default, this is 0.1, the frame length here. By default, in this workflow, we are going to have only one pose, which means there isn't a second camera pose. It will just have this one camera control pose in the default workflow in the examples folder. But then it will use the same frame numbers as it does for setting the video for image to video encode. We've set the same frame numbers if you are using one camera control pose. Otherwise, like what I've done in my examples here, I've got two camera point control poses. So you might want to customize your camera frame numbers for each camera control. So for example, I want panning left, that will use 40 frames, and then I connect that to my second camera control pose, which will add another 41 frames for zooming out. So this way, we'll have a total of 81 frames for the image to video here, and then the output of the visualization of the camera positions will look like this. So it will pan left and then zoom out, showing the trajectory of how the camera is going to move in the whole video scene. And of course, we will also have the image to video movement created by the AI model. But this AI model is not going to create a lot of motion for your subjects or your characters or any objects. Mainly, this is going to animate the camera control and then add a little bit of movement for your objects or characters in the video. So like in this example here, I just did fashion models, just taking photos here, and then the camera pans left and right. Very simple way to do it. Next, I am going to try another one, which is going to be the McLaren. We can try this one with, let's say, a tilt down, and then zoom out using two camera controls for this image. And that will be set here. So the first thing will be to tilt down from the view and then zoom out. This way, we will describe the car as steady in this position and let the camera do its job. And we've got the video generated, as you can see the trajectory. How that works is, first of all, we've got a tilt down and then a zoom out. These two motions in sequence going through, and then the generated result also follows the same course. Tilt down and then zoom out as well. The motions here are just being done by the camera motions because I just prompted that the car is parked steadily on the road. It doesn't do any movement for the object. For the 81 frames like this, I generated it in about 1 minute and 11 seconds this time. The previous one took 1 minute and 10 seconds. In the last test I did, the dimensions were very clear here as well. I'm using 480 resolutions for these steps, for the sampling steps, and that costs about 5 gigabytes with a max peak of 6 gigabytes of RAM using the 1.3B control camera. These models are very lightweight, and if you have higher hardware configurations, then of course you can try the 14B control camera as well. All of my examples here are using 1.3 billion to generate in these videos. Here are some of my previous generated results, also using image to video. A very simple way to do it. Two camera controls with that, as well as this one using two camera controls. And you can see that although the camera is doing most of the movement, the character or the objects will do a little motion in there as well. Like in this example, you see the head and the hand are moving, not too much. This AI model is mostly for objects staying still. pretty much staying still. Then doing those camera control trajectories like this, and you can do multiple camera controls. This is most likely a very simple AI model to run with pretty low hardware requirements. It's running basically just 5 to 6 gigabytes of VRAM to run this, which is equivalent to something like SDXL or similar using the 1.3B. So this is a very simple way to run this. And also, I did a little more enhancement. Of course, I'm not going to be satisfied with just using the default workflow shown in the example. Also, I use the Tile Control LoRA to enhance some faces. So for example, in this example here, one of the demo images that I used for image to video and then using two camera controls. On the left, you see it's kind of blurryish. This is from the first generated sampling in the Wan videos group. So this is sampler 1. Also, the same video generated from the example workflow that I just showed here. Same samplers. All the custom nodes are configured almost the same here. But then I added the Control Tile LoRA. This is a very handy tool for me right now. I can sharpen some edges, make contrast differences, and also enhance some faces, hands, and small objects. You're able to add a little more detail. As you can see, even the sweater that the character is wearing, we're seeing the pattern here as well in this example. So we've got the generated result here. As you can see, this demo is able to show very clearly. When you first generate the video from this first sampler, of course, it will have the camera trajectory and follow the camera control motions, but then some quality will start to get lost when you have a zoom out camera, especially with zoom out camera motions, the face starts getting blurry. And then once you've done that, you can use the Tile LoRA for another second round of rendering that will improve the quality for the face as well as other elements in the video. These were covered previously when talking about Wan 2.1 using the Tile LoRA models before, talking about SLG guidance layers before, but this time I haven't used SLG guidance. As we talked about before, the skip layer guidance. I'm just not using this. Instead, I'm purely running it using the Tile LoRA and simply running it using the video sampler. Then I upscale the image 1.5x, blur the image before putting it into the sampler. That way, it will look about the same effect as what we can use for SLG, and sometimes even better than using SLG in some cases. So you've got to test it out for whichever situation you want to use. And then also, I've tried out the video context options here, which is the same concept as what we had in Animate Diff before. We've got the uniform standard, uniform loop, and static standard for the context schedule, as well as free noise and verbose options. Now, free noise, I've talked about this a long time ago in Animate Diff, which shuffles the noise. And the context overlap this way, it can generate longer length videos. Now for image to video, I tried it with 200 frames and it was still able to generate smoothly when I used the context options. Video to video is another big improvement. When I use the context options, I can even go up to 400 frames using an NVIDIA 4090 and plug the context options node with the sampler. Once I've got that in the video to video, which I'll talk about in the next video later, it can generate longer video lengths. This is how we do it, and it looks better than the remaster camera. We have more flexibility to have multiple camera controls easier way. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day.